Hey everybody, this is Mr. Brooks, and this is class for Thursday, September 9th, and the learning target is solving and graphing inequalities, and we're also going to do compound inequalities. And the assignment for today is complete the inequalities assignment at deltamath.com. And so just looking at the in-class slides, I had it right there, but I want to show you where it is. I always try to click through from the lesson plan documents because I'm trying to model what I'd like you guys to do, and that's start from the lesson plan documents and go from there. And so for inequalities, there's greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, and then the or equal to is shown by a solid dot over here, and then just the greater than, less than is shown by an open dot. Now, for graphing direction, some people have the misconception that you can just graph based on the direction of the inequality or the alligator mouth, and that's not always true. You want to read it from the variable. What I mean by that is you can write x is greater than 5 like this. Okay, so this is pretty intuitive. X is greater than 5. But also you can write it this way. And notice this is also x is greater than 5. The alligator mouth is still eating the x. And so I'm reading it this way as opposed to this way. Okay. So it doesn't matter the direction of the alligator mouth necessarily or the inequality sign. You want to look at it from the variable. And that's what I mean. Okay. And then the golden rule of algebra, you should know that if you multiply or divide by a negative number, you need to flip the sign. Okay. So I think in class we talked about jumping over 0 on the number line. And then this is compound inequalities. You'll see how n is written. N is written with x in the middle, and the alligator mouths go to the right. Okay, and you can write it this way with and, or you can write it this way. But or, notice there's only one way to say or. So if you see this notation with two inequalities right and the x in the middle, that's and. And has graphed together or has graphed apart. Okay. So we're going to go to the assignment. We're going to look at this. And remember, this is your river. And take the smallest, my recommendation. You can do it either way, but my recommendation is to take the smallest of the value of the variable term and move it over. So minus s, and so 4s. And then that means I'm going to take the 3 over to the right then. So negative 7 plus 3 is 4, and then divide by 4, divide by 4. So in this case, it's s is less than 1. So it's s is less than 1. In that case, I didn't have to change it. Okay. And we'll just do one more real quick, just to see if maybe there's any kinks. So the smallest one is 6t, so minus 6t, and this is just t, minus 10. So I have t on the right, so I'm going to take the constants off the right. And 3 minus 10 is negative 7. Okay, so now look at this. You need to read it as t is more than negative 7. Okay, because over here t is on the right, and over here t is on the left. So t is more than negative 7. I didn't mean to erase everything, so I'm hoping I remembered it correctly. Yeah. Okay. Switch to inequality when dividing by a negative. That's the one everybody gets. That's the one everybody forgets. It's not that they don't know it, it's just that they forget to do it. Okay, so here's an example of compound inequality. And it really is just two inequalities. And in this case, it's going to be and. Remember, we talked about x is in the middle, and there's two inequality signs. So the way I do this is I have two rivers. I mean, there's more than one way to do this, but this is the way I do it. So now you have three sides. So remember, what you do on the left, you do on the right. Well, now what you do in the middle to cancel, you're going to cancel everything off the middle. You're going to do on all three sides. So reverse PEMDAS, add subtract first. Click 28. And this is 4x. And this is negative 32. Divide by 4. And x is by itself in the middle. That's what you want. And divide by 4, that's 7. And divide by 4, that is negative. That's negative 8. So you have x is less than 7, and x is more than or equal to negative 8. And that, to me, that makes sense. Now, I think they want us to switch the signs around, but I'm not sure. I'm going to plug this in just because they gave it to me that way. But there's a chance this is going to be wrong, and it wants the negative 8 on the left. And I forget with Delta Math how it wants it. Yeah. Let's see. So I'm going to do 7. I really want to do negative. I really want to switch around. I'm going to switch around. So x is more than or equal to negative 8, and x is less than 7. I'm going to go over here. You have to drag. You can't just click. You have to click and drag. So 7 to negative 8. And this is open. That's closed. All right. So hopefully it takes it. Yay. See how the alligator mouth's open to the right? Typically, that's the way you write it. Okay. Clear that selection, get back on my mouse. Let's find a new problem. There's another one. This is an and problem. I'll do this one, then I'll get an or problem. So remember 3 sides, and then start clearing out the inside. So this is negative 10, negative 5x, and 45. Notice I don't even write the inequality signs. I just leave them alone as long as I have the river there. That's the way I do it. You can write them if you want, but I deal with them at the end. Now, that cancels, so I have x by itself. I divide it by a negative number, so I have to flip the signs. Flip the signs. That's positive 2, negative 9. All right, so the way you want to write this is x in the middle, but put the alligator mouths facing that way. So you'll see I flipped over the numbers. Okay. Now keep in mind, I'm still following the rules. I still flip the signs, all right? Excuse me. It's Thursday, everybody. All right, so I got negative 9, and I got less than or equal to x, less than or equal to 2. And notice, in this case, the bigger number should be on the right. And this is from negative 9 to positive 2, and they're both closed. Cool. Cool. All right, let's find the or problem. Oh, here we go. All right, so this will be our last one. One strategy you have is to think about this as just two problems. So just You can scratch this one out and we'll deal with it later. If that helps you, then do that. If it doesn't help you, then don't do it. All right, sorry about that. All right, so there is our river, -5, -5, -30, and -3x, divide by -3, divide by -3. What are we going to do? We're going to flip the sign. So x, flip the sign, and that's +10. So x is less than 10. Okay. All right, so let's get rid of all that. And then let's pick red. And we remember we already did this, so we're going to scratch that off. Okay. Sometimes when we're doing this on worksheets, I use my thumb, and I'll take my thumb and cover that side of the problem so I'm not overthinking it, because it's really not hard. It's just a two-step problem. But the issue is that when they write it off as this giant thing because it's two problems with an or. So the key is just, don't get scared of it. -5, -5. This is -36 and -3x, and divide by -3, divide by -3. X is flip the sign. 36 divided by 3 is 12. And I flip the sign, so x is more than 12. So x is less than 10, or x is, see, I said and, but I really need to say or because it's or. X is less than 10 or x is more than 12. And it should graph separate, okay? So let's see. Let's clean this up a little. Oh! I didn't mean to erase that. X is more than 12. Hopefully that's right. I got a little carried away there with my cleaning up, Mr. Brooks. All right, so this time I don't think the order matters. So x is less than 10. You're going to use the word or. X is more than 12. And let's see, it should be positive and it's okay. All right, so this time I'm going to click on this little graph twice. I'm going to go 12 and up, empty, and 10 down, empty. Right, they're both empty. Less than 10, more than 12. Okay. And you see, there's so many chances for a little mistake. So just take your time, double check, talk to yourself, just like what I'm doing. I probably made a mistake here. Oh, nice. Okay. All right. There you go. And if you don't type it in the way Delta Math wants you to type it in, just no sweat. Don't throw your keyboard down. All right, just challenge yourself to put it in the way it wants you to. And if you get frustrated, then walk away and just send me an email and just say, Mr. Brooks, I really got frustrated by this. That's fine. Okay. Or graphs apart and graphs together. And hope that helps, guys.